on a little adventure. And I wanted to make a video because I've taken a little break from the vlog, but now I'm back and it's season 2. Please go and watch my Oasis vlog if you haven't already seen that. But season 2, I'm changing it slightly. So season 2, I'm sharing more about how I navigate as somebody who has overcome anxiety. I used to live with anxiety every single day. Now I have a whole toolkit of things that I use to help me. So rather than my vlogs being just about, oh, here's where I'm going today, this is what I'm doing, these vlogs are going to have just a little bit more meaning in them. Now, I did want to be more prepared. However, I've just been told I've got 20 minutes to get ready and get out. So for someone who used to have anxiety, I still do struggle with rushing and being late. So I better quickly get ready, and then I suppose I could have done the intro when I was dressed, but I had it in my head that I was going to do it now, so I stuck to it. Gosh, I wish I could get ready this fast in real life. To be fair, it doesn't actually take me that long to get ready, but I do have a little panic, and again, this comes down to my anxiety when I don't have, or I feel like I don't have enough time. I hate rushing around. I also do think that's a little bit part coming from growing up or conditioning from being a school teacher, that everything has to be done at the right time, at the right moment. So maybe I'm still carrying that around. Oh, and I just wanted to show you my new cowboy boots here. I love them. So we're now on the way to, is it called Aya? We've had our eye on this quite a while. It's like lights and things for you to look at. I know that doesn't sound that exciting, but I'll show you when we get there. So I've taken 3 days off because although Joe's off work for 6 weeks, I went home for Oasis and then came back and went straight to work. So we haven't had any time together. So I've taken 3 days off. So we're doing some day dates, some day lunches. We're going on a date night tomorrow night. So I've got a new dress that I want to wear because we haven't been anywhere fancy like that for ages. Well, since my dad was here when we went to Nobu. So you're going to join us. So welcome to the new style vlog. Also, let me know what you think about the new front cover for my vlogs and my podcast. Everything should be launching around the same time. So as I'm saying this, there should also be a new podcast episode, new format, new intention. Go and check it out, and yeah, we'll get on with the journey. So I didn't mention there, the experience is actually in Wafi Mall. I think it's one of the first malls in Dubai. So it's a lot smaller than the others, very less touristy. I actually do like when you can walk around the mall and it isn't full of tourists. Sorry tourists, I hate to say that. But when you do live here, it is nice to feel that space. Anyway, have a look around. It's all Egyptian based as well, which is really cool. You get another nice little shot of my cowboy boots here up the escalator. After this day, I also really went off this outfit. So this is going into my donation bag. Just the dress, not the boots. Okay, so we are at Aya and we have a cosmic passport. So we're just at the entrance. What we do is as we're walking around, we pop a little stamp onto the areas that we've been to. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background, but it's very trippy, but at the same time also very calming. I just caught my eye on a little light over there. So let's go through and I will put on. So we made our way in, and as you can see, it was very magical from the start. I actually found the whole experience very calming. I wasn't anxious on this day. But I can really see, and as I was walking around, I was thinking that this would be such a nice place to come on the days, or if you suffer with anxiety, or on the days you're highly anxious. Of course, this is not just an experience. You wake up in the morning and go, oh, I'm going to go there to help myself. But because there's so much there for you to focus on your other senses, it really does take away, when we're giving focus to those unwanted thoughts. But like I said, today I didn't have anxiety, but this, as I was walking around, was something that I was really thinking about. And it would be really nice if for younger people they had the experience maybe on school trips or students or kids with learning difficulties, it's such a nice place to go. So like I said, you're focusing on what you can see, what you can hear. A really good addition to this would be smells, but there weren't any there. There's a garden that we actually walked around, which is coming up in a second, and that was like a beautiful fairy garden. And I did think to myself, it'd be so nice if this smelt like the outdoors, you know, so if they had that fragrance there, it would be really good for calming. And just following on from that, if you do suffer with anxiety, using your 5 senses when you feel anxious is such a great way and a free way to help you to calm down. So all you need to do is notice what you can hear, what can you see, what can you smell, what can you taste, is there anything you can touch? And then you go into your 6th sense, which is feeling. So how do I actually feel right now? And labeling it as your anxiety. And always remember as well that anxiety is the same sensation as excitement. It's actually us that labels it anxiety because our brain is telling us that this is anxiety. So start labeling it excitement and think about something you're really excited to do. Anyway, let's carry on with the experience. That was really good. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, good.
It was very trippy. It actually felt like I couldn't walk, and it was like really putting me off balance, but that was so enjoyable. And then at the end, we kind of like went in the room, he was like, just relax. So we lay on the floor and all the colours were above. I'll put those colours in now. Yeah, and it was just so relaxing. I feel a bit weird now being in the normal world. So we're going to go for business lunch now. We're going to go to Shanghai Mi. Where you're just really clumsy. Welcome to this week's clumsy vlog. See, maybe I'm due. I think maybe I'm coming up to ovulation. Anyway, I nearly just knocked over the ring light. I've given up trying to use that. Nearly knocked over my lamp here. Today we are just going to get some paint and we're going on a date night tonight. We haven't done a date night for a very long time. We're going to Paradiso, so I'll take you there with me. What I wanted to talk about today was just a little bit about anyone who has anxiety or anyone who has overcome. Now, I don't actually think you ever actually overcome anxiety. Like, I used to live with anxiety every single day and now I don't, but I still do get anxious. But there's a difference between being anxious because there's something going on, or if you suffer with anxiety, you will just wake up in the morning and you'll be anxious. And what our brains try to do is then try to pinpoint it or try to create something for us to be anxious over. And this does happen a lot for me around I don't know, maybe 10 days until the end of my cycle. So what would that be? Around day 20, 18, 19 of my cycle. But because I track my cycle, I now am able to sort of go, right, okay, this is obviously hormone related. And instead of what I used to do, which would be to think, right, okay, what's going on? Why am I anxious? And I would start to look for things to be anxious for. Now I just remind myself that, okay, this is just a chemical reaction in my body. My hormones are changing because I'm coming to the end of my cycle, and I can sort of label it as that. And then I just assess, is there anything? No. Is there anything out of my control? And I go through my worry questions, and this then really helps me. And I remind myself that this is just my body doing what it needs to do, and it's a protection. So once I remind myself, actually, there's nothing that I need to be protected from right now, and I'll take a few breaths, and if the feeling's still there, then I just keep going back to my breath. I just wanted to share that today because I think so many people who have anxiety, or they're labeling it, or you wake up and you're anxious and we're trying to give it this label, and this is what our brains want to do, to just relax. And I think it also highlights, for me particularly, the importance of actually tracking your cycle, because if you track your cycle and you start to notice these patterns, so like for mine, I know it's when I'm in the last week or so that I'll have a day where I'm a little bit off, a little bit anxious, so just feel a bit on edge, that I know it's hormone related, whereas before I would have allowed that to spiral. So check your cycles. Just to add as well, sporting my ladies top today, I forgot on Sunday night. So I did watch last time they won, so that's 2 years ago, but we won it twice in a row. So they have their parade today in the UK. Of course, I'm not in the UK, but we're going to the mall to buy paint to decorate. So I'm sporting this today in support of the Euros, the England ladies team. So yeah, you can come with. Let me show you actually what we're doing. So this is finished now. So if you have a look at my 2 most recent podcasts, you'll see this gorgeous wall is now black. My 16-year-old self loving life, and it looks so much better. So after this vlog, go and have a look and you can check out the decorating. Oh, and before I go, this is nearly empty. If you're trying to get your electrolytes, and I don't like the electrolytes that you buy, you know, those little fizzy tablets, and I think a lot of it is sugar. Get yourself some lemon, obviously put it in a glass, and add a pinch of Himalayan salt. It has to be the proper, it can't be table salt, it has to be Himalayan salt, the big crystals. And I have 2 glasses of this in the morning just to rehydrate from the evening and put anything back that I've lost from working out or just sweating in the Dubai heat. So try it if you don't like those electrolyte tablets. Now, it's not as powerful as the electrolyte tablets. You can also buy the electrolyte drinks, but it's also way cheaper as well, because I always have lemons in and I always have the salt in. So, and they both last a while. So try this out. So we are off our date night. We're going to Paradiso. I asked Joe where he wanted to go and he recommended it, and now he can't remember recommending it. So we have picked a terrace chair table, but we don't know if it's going to be too hot. But apparently
it's going to be too hot.
Okay, it's going to be too hot. Nice views, got a dress on, got heels on. The dogs were like, whoa, look at her. Yeah, so we'll take with us. So we had a really nice date night, and then the next day we had a bit of a tourist day. We went to Dubai Mall, had a little wander around, went for some delicious food. I cannot remember the name of the restaurant now, but it was in Chinatown. It was all you can eat, and I had as much as I could eat. It was delicious. Then we just had a little stroll around. It was really nice just to spend 3 days with each other. It doesn't happen often because we both have schedules that are very different. Of course, I'm not on a 9 to 5. I work in the mornings and the evenings, and Joseph gets home. So it was really nice. And as someone who has suffered with anxiety in the past, I do like that little bit of love and attention that you get from spending time with your loved ones, whether it's a partner or friends and family. So it really filled my glass and my heart. So here's us just walking around the mall and having a lovely time. Don't forget, if you've got this far in the vlog, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you enjoy, let me know what you'd like to see more of. Check out the podcast, and I will see you all in next week's vlog.